Hi, welcome into today's video. Today's video we are all about frugal living. Now, are you there looking for to save money, to avoid wastage, and to make the most of every least resource that you have without compromising on the quality? I'm going to share with you the tips. That is what we call frugal living. First of all, I need you to understand that frugal living is a mindset and an intentional way of living. I understand that there's a very thin line between living frugal and being mean. Now, another simpler word of living frugal is being economical. It's a zero wastage policy. Being economical is making the most out of what you have and ensuring that there's zero wastage. So it's basically a zero wastage policy on your day-to-day life. Here are the tips that we can practice on our daily life or rather your day-to-day activities, and they can save you some money by ensuring that there is zero wastage. Number one, and the very basic thing is create a budget. Have a budget for yourself. You need a budget because a budget is basically you telling your money where to go and what to do. So it's you allocating the fund. You really need to do this to avoid using money for a need that has just arisen. And maybe sometimes it is a want, it is not a need. So you need to be the one who's calling the shots and tell your money, go here and do that. So a budget is basically for you to allocate your funds. Another tip on what you're going to do is, you see anytime you're going for shopping, if you know you're an impulse buyer and you cannot stick to a budget, have a list to avoid you buying something just because you saw it. So for the impulse buyer, the way to save yourself when you're going for shopping, please always have a shopping list. The third thing that you can do as a way of living frugal is cost share some of the subscriptions that you have. There's some subscriptions, say on Netflix, that you can cost share with somebody that you know, and be very careful in this case to cost share it with somebody who doesn't infringe on your privacy, and it will cut down the cost because say your subscription is 3,000 Kenyan shillings, so you'll cost share with somebody that you trust, and you all pay 1,500 and enjoy the same service that you're paying 3,000 for, and now enjoy it at 1,500 Kenyan shillings. So you'll have saved your very own 1,500 Kenyan shillings by just sharing some of the subscriptions that you find okay that don't infringe into your privacy. The fourth thing that you're going to do as a frugal way of living is, for those who have a space and can have a kitchen garden, you can decide maybe to plant coriander and onions. Say maybe you spend 100 shillings every day for coriander and onions. You can now decide, I'll be spending half of that because I'll only be buying half of what I was spending before, and then the other half I will be getting it from my kitchen garden. So you'll have saved and you also have maximized the small space that you have for yourself. If anything, you also be benefiting getting something fresh from your kitchen garden, and you can enjoy all that. Another thing that we can practice is avoid debts and have savings for a rainy day. You see, debt. If you didn't acquire money on credit to acquire an asset, you are kind of losing it in this case because this money has interest that is accruing. So why would you acquire money that is accruing interest if it is not going to generate an asset, if it's not going to acquire an asset? So avoid debts anytime you can and save for a rainy day. Another thing that you can practice as a frugal way of living is entertainment on budgets. Have a budget on entertainment. Say you can allocate, like, I use 10,000 Kenyan shillings for entertainment every month, and be very disciplined in such that if you used it within the first 1 week, and maybe you create budget per month, you allocate funds per month. So for the remaining period until you make your next budget, please stick to the fact that you spent your 10,000 Kenyan shillings within the first week on entertainment, and so you have to keep off entertainment until the next budget. Have an entertainment on budget, and please always make sure when you're creating a budget you have entertainment part of it, because entertainment ends up eating into your pocket anytime you don't have a budget allocated for it. Another thing that you can do to have a frugal living way of life is monitor your bank accounts regularly. Do so regularly. Say maybe it's after a weekend of you having some good time with your friends, you had some parties. Are you able to face your bank statements at that time and see? If you feel guilty about it, then of course you need to do something. do the necessary and make the corrections. But if you're very okay with it, then maybe you can see where are you improving, where are you going, are you doing better, or anything that you can improve. So keep monitoring them regularly to see are you in the right direction or in the wrong direction. Another frugal way of living is, you see, any gifts or any money that you get that you didn't plan for and you get it, please save that money. Don't just spend because you be like, I had not planned for it, I had not foreseen this money coming. Please, any money that you didn't get, that you got, and you had not planned or expected to get it, let it go directly into your savings, because you had already had your budget and you had funds allocated for the budget. So why would you want to misuse this money that has just come? Keep it aside for a rainy day. Another way of saving is, I know most of the times when we think of budgeting, we always think of cutting down the cost. It's not always about cutting down the cost. You can also approach it in a manner of increasing the income. And you can increase the income maybe on leveraging on a skill that you have, a side hustle that you can go for. Say maybe you are a good photographer, interested in photography, then you can practice it as a side activities. And in that way, you're going to save something that is going to save you for a rainy day. And you see, funny thing in life is, these rainy days, it will surely come. A rainy day will surely come. So you had better always be prepared for and live an affordable life, a sustainable life. Because the whole idea why you need to live frugal is to ensure that you're getting the best out of the list you have, and it is an approach that is going to ensure that you have a sustainable lifestyle, to avoid like today you're living better and then tomorrow you're on debt. That is the whole essence of you living frugal. I hope you enjoyed the video, and the tips that I shared are going to help you make some smart financial decision, live a simple life, an intentional life without compromising on the quality life that you ought to live. Bye for today, and see you in the next video.